Another thing I've been thinking to be able to do the test I was talking about is from here we could control the flow of zombies by letting them... Salut survivors! Welcome back to SolutOdka's channel in Night of the Dead Legendary Series for the Wave 14 Whole Night. In today's video, as usual, I'll go through the achievements of the day or what happened today, and afterwards I'll insert a short clip of a few of today's events, and we will then play the whole night. If you're new here today, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. So today, it has been mostly a construction day with a lot of small harvesting batches in between. And I did a big push to the maze number 2. As you can see, we now have all of the shredders in place here. There was a problem with the pendulums. Some of them were at the wrong elevation, so I fixed it. We have created the access above here. I need to build the floor. Then I need to do a big upgrade to tier 3, but before upgrading to tier 3, I would like to test it. Also, we are still missing the cutters. So we'll have to add the cutters, add the trapdoor here, upgrade to tier 3. So there is still some polishing, but we are in a good situation to achieve completing it for the goal of the wave 15, one day from now. Now to test it, earlier with a 9 PM spawn, I was there cutting some wood and then they jumped on me, so I did the whole tour around here in order to attract them. And I climbed up this stair. One of them jumped on me here and he fell in the trapdoor. Problem is that after when going to the entrance here and a few of them came here, then they the time they reacted to the detection from that meat bait. So for us to be able to test, I just got now what we need to put a bait trap. So let's put our bait trap here in a central position. It's not the plan to keep it there long. It's just for testing purposes because I am not sure that they can properly pass through all of these here. Okay, there are plenty of shredders and there might be an issue somewhere. Say, so this is the entrance and they go this way. Here that sounds alright. But you know, it might look alright and it's not. So I need to, before I upgrade everything here, I need to make sure. Maybe here it's not alright, we don't know. We need to make sure that it is alright before upgrading everything to tier 3. So let's check here with the very first few ones that will come here how it works. While waiting for them to arrive, then please watch the short clip of the construction of this maze 2 from today. Okay, our first guests are arriving. Oh la la, I think that was an owl. I did get an owl during daytime, but can I really have a hard time to see this, it's too far. Okay, look, she seems getting in. But it might be because maybe if it's bugged there. No, I think they would not come here. They would go straight to the mid-bait structure. Okay, look, I think there is no breaking of path. That's great, because this is very prone to major problems if there is an issue of the passing. Oh, look, what is this guy doing here? Okay. I got scared for a second. Great. Well, look, that's kind of inauguration of our maze number 2. Maybe we can do the start of the whole night here. There are no elites yet in our just regular zombies, so we can test it a little bit. It's only tier 2, so it cannot handle too much. We need to be a little careful. We need to upgrade everything to tier 3. It's okay, we have a lot of resources. What I am lacking mostly are twigs, but we now have built some farms. Bush tree plantations, I think it's called, and this will help to produce twigs every day. So now I am soon, I think, going to be in shortage of intestines. I actually use half of my last intestines for this mid-bait here. So I'll need to get more intestines. And the manure, if I'm not mistaken, does cost intestine. And I think the rabbits, because I just skinned a couple of rabbits and I had no intestines from the rabbits. So I don't know if there is like a probability per animal. If you know the best ways to obtain intestine in your experience, please let me know in the comments. That will be appreciated, because on the long term, intestine is used for the manure, and therefore for the bush trees. Then for the farm, if I'm not mistaken, so for the farm it's needed. And the farm is the source of the seeds. Look, it's not upgraded to tier 3, so reloading here will be kind of complicated. The goal was to test it. I think we were able to test it. We should move into our... let's reload what we can and move into our normal maze. In the coming nights, we will have time to test it here properly. Let's move. Let's leave these ones to finish to die there. Okay. So I did a massive repair and reload here. I did it clean this time. I no risk taken. I spent 1 or 2 hours to do that, so that we are ready. Nice. I'm happy that the maze 2 worked right away. There are regularly some small issues with this type of structures, and here no problem this time. That's really great. So I've been thinking that this 2-lane entrance is really great, but there is one actually risk, is that in the past there was a change from 2 lanes to 1 lane at the very entrance of the maze outside, and now this change from 2 lanes to 1 lane is inside the maze. meaning there is a risk of a choke inside the maze. So what I mean here is that if for some reason I would not be reloading all of the traps here every 2 minutes during a final wave, the zombies would run up to where I am now, because it's a 2 lane, and then when arriving here, it's only 1 lane. So just under me, there would be a massive choke point. So in the long term, we will need to have some kind of risk mitigation here. I'm thinking maybe to just build a platform full of cutters, so they can pile up, so zombies can come in large quantities. That would be one solution. The other solution would be to be 2 lanes all the way through, but that's a much more massive approach. I am not sure, and with our difficulty settings, I'm not really into the mindset of, testing what would happen if I don't reload during a final wave. I was very much keen on doing that in a normal difficulty settings, where I had anyway multiple mazes, so if there was a problem, I could always fall back. Here, if there is a problem, I have no fallback. I cannot afford to get a major problem. So for testing purposes, I'm not sure. We will see if at some point in time, this whole night or during the coming whole nights, there is a moment where we think we could try to afford it, to try that. Maybe towards the end of a final wave, perhaps. But as you could see in the last final wave, there was a trick that when everything was finished, then there were some late bloomers there. Right, we still have now the crossing for these fire exploding zombies. I almost died in there, being cornered between the railing on the side of the highway and the 2 fire exploding zombies. So that was very, very dangerous and a scary moment. So I promise myself to be a little bit more careful, but I mean, if I cannot just stay here the whole time, it's part of the game to take some risk also. We need to take some risks, but we need to test, because we don't want it to happen on the whole night wave 20. And for some reason, I am not in a situation to be able to come reload here. Maybe I need to repair the mid baits. Maybe there are just so many butchers, or maybe it's laggy like hell and the frame rate is dropping and it's very hard to reload. I mean, many things could happen that would prevent me from reloading. So before we reach the whole night 20, I'd like to do, if we can afford, a test of that risk. I think it's always good in any kind of design and base, and no matter how good you think it is, to always think where could it fail? What can be the weak point? And actually, what I'm very happy about this new entrance, there actually is a weak point. And we cannot test this with the initial waves, and the initial waves are far from being strong enough. It's only when there are a lot of zombies that we can properly test it. So as you can see here, that deck is not aligned with the deck on the opposite side. So we'll figure out a way on how to do that, but we will. The idea is that this reloading deck above the maze 1 is connected to the maze 2. With some doors, you know, in a similar fashion on how I had done in the normal playthrough. It will not be there tomorrow, but for whole night 20 in the master plan it should be there. So something interesting in the zombies, you know, it's a 2 lane, but from the start of the 2 lane they start on the more on the right lane. And if you look at the counts on the traps, the left lane is more being used. So it seems that at the level of the stairs, they go from the right lane to the left lane. Look, what I mean here is that these 2 shredders need much more reload than this one. This one I have not yet reloaded it once. Oh, 2 in the morning. The big wave is about to arrive. Yes, yes. Okay. Okay, let's do our massive reloads now. Okay, no risk. I do a little bit of waste, but look, it's full of butchers and another thing I've been thinking to be able to do the test I was talking about is from here we could control the flow of zombies by letting them go in and then utilize the flamethrower weapon to slow them down after the batch 1 has gone in. So batch 1 gets in and then we slow them down after. Okay, there is really a lot here. My god. I just reloaded not long ago, right? And the damages, everything was 100% then when we started the night. 100%, everything. Complete cleanup. Brand new house. So we'll be able to assess much better the damages they do. I just think that the sheer amount of fire exploding zombies just creates big damages. Big damages constantly. Look here. I mean, I'm not reloading here. I'm repairing. The ones that are critical are the shredders because they act like walls. So if a cutter would happen to break, that would not be say the end of the world. Here we have a lot of shredding. That's great. Really great. This is working. Working fantastically well, and so far I think I'm really happy. Look, 98 the last one, so it means the vast majority of them is dead. Then they are falling. Don't worry, soon we'll finish the maze 2 and all these falling ones will all go toward the maze 2. We just need to finish the maze 2 first. I cannot send them there if the maze 2 is not ready to take on the challenge. Voila. Meet. You see here there is a sort of like little choking already. The damages they do to structures, that's actually the most terrifying part. Because the way on how it's done, and I thought about this as another mitigation, is that at the moment, if there would be a failure, say some traps would break, that would be acceptable to have a couple of traps breaking. But if the structure would break, this would break the complete maze. The maze would be broken apart and they would not be able to pass. So I thought about building another entrance and have those. So we can dictate them, go to entrance number 1 of maze 1, and then go to a bit later when the entrance 1 is breaking apart or is broken, tell them go to entrance number 2. So say here we have an entrance, right? I can build another one adjacent, parallel ideally, or perpendicular 90 degrees here, and have a little room with a couple of doors, and opening and closing doors to dictate them where to go. So in case this entrance 1 would present some risks, yeah, 2 options. Either these 2 doors to alternate, which also provides the redundancy in case there would be a need and a risk of things breaking apart. And look, one day will happen, there will be the risk of things breaking apart. So one day we need redundancy kind of everything. And the maze 2 we are building here is not meant for redundancy per se, but it can provide it. But in the maze here, we will need, assuming we are successful, to go up to wave 20. Then in the long term, this entrance, it's great, but we'll need a second one. So when this one is about to break, then we open entrance number 2 and then close entrance number 1. The remainder of the maze is maybe less of a problem, even if the middle area here, the big shredding, we could see was very damaged halfway through the night, because that's where the exploding zombies, they enter in, and the time they die. And when they explode, they do big damages. That's somewhere in the middle. But I mean, that would mean to do a double up of everything, right? And we are maybe not going to do that now. Look, it seems today there are no late bloomers. I was really unlucky yesterday at 4 in the morning to be cornered around that stair. That's life, part of the game. Okay, cool. So I hope you have enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and subscribe. And until then, have a good day. Cheers.